Question. What do brain damage and Tesla brand damage have in common? The answer is only those suffering from a severe case of the former believe that Tesla is suffering at all from the latter. Check this out on Forbes, of all places. Headline, Tesla brand damage? Not so, says a major automotive intelligence firm, as opposed to an extremely loud individual living in a thought bubble who's not only living in a thought bubble, but so dumb that he and or she doesn't realize they're living in a thought bubble, that the opinions of themselves, their wife, their children, and their 3 neighbors don't happen to reflect globally the opinions on Tesla and or Elon bad. Into the article. Tesla is the leader in brand loyalty. I'm just going to say that again. One more time. Ready? Tesla is the leader in brand loyalty, obviously within the, quote, automotive industry. That's what a report from S&P Global Mobility, a major automotive intelligence firm, says. A conclusion seemingly at odds with recent media narratives. Oh my God, the first time in history that a media narrative didn't closely align with reality. Jeez, I mean, holy fuck. I'm so shocked. Are you guys surprised? Imagine that, the media saying something that was completely the opposite of reality. Like, I mean, totally unrelated examples like safe and effective for your protection, not their quarterly profits. Orange man bad, threat to democracy. X is a platform for hate speech. Elon bad. Yeah, exactly. The media always gets it right. So this must be the first time in history that a media narrative has been wrong. Good thing there aren't any NPCs out there who believe what the media tells them anyway. By the way, it's pretty hilarious to see Forbes, part of the media, describing a conclusion directly at odds with media narratives. Oh, by the way, on a serious note, pro tip, folks, assume literally everything you hear from anyone, especially the mainstream media, is total bullshit, and then act to prove or disprove your thesis. This is the most logical starting position now. It shouldn't be this way. There's so much bullshit out there, so many lies, so much information. Assume literally everything you hear, especially from the media, is total horseshit. Then your job is to prove yourself wrong and go, oh, wait, that actually was true. Otherwise, you're prone to being fooled. Or worse, acting on your delusions. Quote, among individual brands, Tesla continues its run as the leader in brand loyalty with a rate of approximately 69% for the first half of 2024 now. Key words here, for the first half of 2024. So this is right now, peak Elon bad. This isn't like 2 years ago. Now, roughly 69% of people, according to this study, very high scores for brand loyalty regarding Tesla. Importantly, customer loyalty, are you listening, has remained relatively constant. Now, this is interesting. I'm not surprised. In fact, I've been telling you guys this for months, maybe a year or two, but goes directly against the narrative you're hearing from extremely brain-dead morons in the media, claiming that Elon bad. Shut up, Elon. Stop having opinions. Elon, you're destroying Tesla. You're ruining Tesla. Tesla sales collapse, blah, 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 right? Of course, these people are just beyond help. It's like a severe case of TDS has morphed into a severe case of EDS, and that's just game over. S&P Global Mobility, they don't have a narrative to paint. They're just literally asking consumers questions about brands and pointing out that brand loyalty has remained relatively constant for Tesla. Despite Musk acquiring X, having opinions, calling out bullshit, counterpunching, when bullies come after him, I mean, how curious. Quote, Tesla has historically been a brand with strong loyal ties among their consumer base, despite a limited product portfolio. Changes in the battery electric vehicle prioritization among other OEMs, along with Tesla's directive to cut pricing when needed, has kept households from defecting. And customers are staying loyal to the brand even amid a constant drumbeat from fake news outlets propagating the one true narrative, which is Elon bad. Reports from media outlets like the New York Crimes say that Musk's politics is turning off owners. Now, look, it's certainly true that Elon Musk sharing an opinion on anything is going to offend at least a tiny percentage of the population. When it comes to standing up for children, you know, like, for example, probably shouldn't be sterilizing children or mutilating their genitals. Like, maybe wait till they're 18 for them to do that. Like, hello? I mean, so controversial. When Musk says something like this, it will cause a few people to get butthurt and go, fuck that guy, I'm never buying a Tesla. By the way, most of those people couldn't afford one anyway. Not hating, just pointing it out. But you do realize that there's two sides of the coin, right? At the same time that Musk is offending some of the most extreme, and I mean just completely batshit insane, ultra-left lunatics, there are others who are going, hey, you know what? This guy's a fucking legend. None of these other billionaires are standing up for children, saying, hey, we should stop, sterilizing them. That's fucked up. None of these other tech moguls are allowing people to freely share that. None of these other ones are pushing back against government censorship. None of these other folks care about my freedom of speech. I like this guy. Let me check out a Tesla. Oh shit, they're cool. I might buy one. You have to be so fucking dumb not to realize this, okay? I understand that there are people that live in a thought bubble on either side of the spectrum. But you've got to be able to remove yourself from your own bubble and think, okay, well, in my neighborhood in X part of the country where everyone thinks the same, we're all a bunch of NPCs that are told this thing or that thing. By the way, it works both ways. There's certain neighborhoods in the United States, for example, where people think electric vehicles go like 2 miles and they catch on fire 24/7, right? But you have to have enough intellectual capacity to pull yourself out of your bubble. Take a helicopter view and look, okay, well, forget what my neighbors think and my friends and family. More broadly, what do people think? And what's happening more broadly right now is Elon Musk is turning off extremely mental, and I mean just completely batshit insane, ultra progressive, super liberal, hyper leftists, the kind of people that like to abort children 2 seconds before they're born and think that's okay. And in doing so, he's also gaining a huge number of supporters from people who have slightly differing political opinions. But, and this is important, because almost all of the hate stream media leans left politically, you don't hear most from the other side. You just hear one narrative, which Forbes are accurately pointing out is false. Quote, healthy margin. We can only report on what we see in the data. Oh shit, bro. He's come out swinging here, data. Remember, facts don't care about your feelings. In this instance, there is some decline in Tesla's loyalty for the first half of 2024 versus 2023. However, it is below 1 percentage point. In other words, it's not statistically relevant. That's no change. If it's in a few percent, it's no change. If there's a trend over the long term, different story. This is no change. Less than 1%. He adds that Tesla is clearly beating other brands. Quote, the brand still remains the industry leader in brand loyalty by a healthy margin. For comparison's sake, the industry brand loyalty average stands at 52.5%, which obviously, by the way, we can pin on the fact that all of the CEOs of Tesla's so-called competition obviously are spewing their hateful, terrible, derogatory, rude, mean comments on X and destroying their brand even more than Elon's destroying Tesla's brand. Obviously, that's the only logical conclusion we could draw from that if we have brain damage. Importantly, no other brand has loyalty above 60% versus Tesla close to 70%. This despite Elon bad having so many opinions. Crazy. But there's more competition now. Tesla sold 654,888 vehicles in the US in 2023, an increase of 25.4% from the previous year. All right, so I just want to say something because I can see it coming ahead of time, and that's what I do. I say what's going to happen before it happens, and usually I'm right. What's about to happen, if it hasn't already, is a few people who happen to live in one of these thought bubbles, who happen to be an NPC, who happen to believe that Elon bad, are about to counter. Stephen, you don't understand. This is about brand loyalty, about customers who already own a Tesla and want to keep it because they love it because it's a fucking amazing product. Spoiler alert, that's how you win. And before these people embarrass themselves in the comments, or maybe they're already deleting their posts now that they've heard this, I have a question. How is it possible that Tesla, the company, would be selling any vehicles, let alone seeing a year-over-year increase in vehicles sold in the United States, where the Elon bad narrative is strongest, if Elon having opinions was destroying Tesla's brand? So before you make the argument about brand loyalty, look at the data, the sales here. Despite extremely stiff headwinds in the automotive industry, sky-high interest rates, the price of groceries having almost doubled in the span of no time, a lack of affordability, and relentless hate stream media narrative, Elon bad, Elon bad, Elon bad, Elon bad, we've seen increases in Tesla vehicles sold from 22 to 23, and now still holding steady, likely to be an also year-over-year increase, not as much. There's no new factory production lines other than Cybertruck, so it's to be expected. We're in a little bit of a holding period before the next-gen vehicle enters production. More on that, likely at the Robotaxi event soon. So how is it possible that Tesla continues to sell any vehicles, let alone see increases over time, despite extremely tough economic conditions, selling vehicles right now, if Elon bad having opinions is destroying Tesla's brand? Don't bother answering that question. You'll just embarrass yourself. In the second quarter of this year, Tesla was still by far the best-selling EV brand in the US with a 50.8% market share, and the company posted sales of 304,451 vehicles through the end of the second quarter. It did, however, quote, lose market share, down 9.6% year-to-date compared to the same period last year, but is a loss of market share in the second quarter because of a groundswell of anti-Musk sentiment or simply a maturing EV market with a flood of new players taking a larger slice of the EV pie? Oh my God, bro. I got to give credit to Forbes here. This is impressively reasonable. That is the correct answer. As I've said in the past, just hypothetically, if there was one company on earth making electric vehicles, by default, they have 100% share of the entire market. The day a single other company sells a single other electric vehicle on Earth, suddenly that market share can no longer be 100% because numbers, the maths. So this is inevitable. It's absurd, absolutely fucking absurd that any company, especially in a rapidly growing industry like electric vehicles, still in the United States maintains roughly a 50% share. It's fucking crazy. I mean, if Tesla had 50% share of the entire global automotive market, right, they'd be doing roughly 50 million vehicles per year. Cadillac Lyriq EV sales, for example, surged 465% in the second quarter, tallying a whopping 13,000 vehicles year to date. Mercedes electric vehicle sales jumped 11.7% to 21,520 vehicles. And Rivian sales were up 33% to 27,378 vehicles. Puts things in context, doesn't it? Rivian crushing Mercedes, 27,378. Anyone want to remind me what Tesla numbers were? Yeah, exactly. So I want to recap. Forbes, a media outlet, accurately reporting that the only people claiming Tesla has been suffering for brand damage have, in fact, themselves been suffering from and unaware that they're suffering from severe brain damage. In short, Tesla brand loyalty holding steady over time. It's almost as if, in the big picture, Elon Musk having some opinions doesn't make any fucking difference at all, period. The end. Imagine that. A conclusion seemingly at odds with recent media narratives. But don't worry, this is, as I said, the very first time the media has ever propagated a false narrative. In fact, potentially the one true narrative about anything ever. And I'm sure the media will learn from their mistake, by the way. They won't. The media's dying. They're getting desperate now. They're clinging on to their last chance to control any of the narrative at all, slipping away quickly. And why is that slipping away? In part because of the internet. And now that's being accelerated by X, where people can actually go direct to source and see exactly what's being said versus what the media is telling you was said and telling you what happened. And this is a gentle reminder, folks, that because of this fact, because Elon Bad is the one guy allowing people to freely share their thoughts, opinions, and ideas and directly source truth, as in watch the full thing, not what the media told you happened and said and what occurred. No. Go to the source and see the truth as opposed to having the media spin you a narrative and then being a obedient little NPC and having the media install beliefs in your little NPC brain. Because of this, the mainstream media rightly see X as a massive threat, which means they're going to continue to attack Musk, meaning they're going to continue to spin extremely negative narratives about Musk destroying Tesla, destroying his reputation, harming people, dangerous, misogyny, whatever. It's only going to get worse. Oh, and then there's the whole him wading into political waters. Not because he wants to, but because he needs to, which is going to amplify things even more. Remember, like I said, most of the media leans very far to the left. In other words, while reality is going to continue to show that Musk having opinions doesn't make a fucking difference either way, net, no difference to Tesla at all, period. The media is going to continue to tell you otherwise. Want more content? Early access? A bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients. Plus, has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. And I haven't missed a daily video in more than 3 years. Must be a coincidence, right? Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. But don't take my word for it. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. By the way, viewer, that makes 2 of us. On to the next. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. This viewer's been taking AG1 for 8 months and says, what an investment. Another. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR or I can keep going. There's plenty more to come. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, These are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. If you're still skeptical, hey, I don't blame you. Everyone on the planet seems to be promoting AG1 now, but guess what? They weren't nearly 3 years ago when I had this to say privately to my Patreon audience before there was a relationship, when I was asked about what I was doing for my health, energy, and so on. Just sharing my genuine, honest thoughts about a product I'd recently discovered that was at the time called Athletic Greens, now AG1. If I could only recommend one supplement to take, Athletic Greens, and I'm not getting paid to say this, Athletic Greens is a fucking game changer. I cannot believe how effective this is. No longer having a lack of energy in the afternoons. It's fucking amazing. There's only one thing to recommend, seriously. Try Athletic Greens. You won't go back. So obviously, just like Elon Musk is a liar, a fraud, a con man, a scammer, a fake engineer, and Tesla's going bankrupt, you shouldn't trust that guy from about 3 years ago who, without any financial incentive, was promoting this product to his audience on Patreon when they were asking about health and what he's doing for supplements. Because obviously, there was some other reason he recommended that, obviously. Not sure what it was, but don't trust that guy. And all the testimonials, like my mental game has improved with AG1. I feel better than ever. I'm so impressed I've bought it for both my parents. I feel more focused and have better digestion. Incredible difference. No more afternoon fatigue. It's relieved gut issues. These are all just obviously fake testimonials from fake people. Right? Wrong. Just try it. Unless you hate yourself. If you hate yourself and you don't even want to risk possibly feeling better, this is not for you. But for everyone else, what's the worst that could happen? Try it for a month. See how you feel. It's a no-brainer. Just click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR. You'll get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 and K2 plus 5 travel packs. And you'll take the colossal risk that maybe you might have a similar experience to some of the people whose testimonials we've read in this video.